Mr. Atwood's iEducator journey began with a trip downstate with the halfway point of Mackinac Bridge. Here's my funny office photo down there for some onboarding, and this is my perspective starting this new journey of kind of uncharted territory, bridging the gap between me and my students. So here's my first iteration of my office, because it's kind of a challenge to balance home life and work since they were both the same place. This is a second iteration, a little bit more isolated, but still, well, man thinks it's time to play when dad's home. So it's a little bit balanced more toward family, but still figuring it out and able to work during the lack of snow and then the lots of snow. But now, every morning I get up and hop on my bike after we get ready, and I go to NMU's campus and spend my mornings at the UC. Without the snow on the ground, this is a whole lot more effective, and I've been able to listen to my music to keep me productive. So the end of the semester this time was a little bit more of a breeze, but I've found a better balance between work and family, which has been awesome, like working online. So my other challenge of making my learning authentic and reaching my students, I've been able to find local events to make the astronomy course a little bit more personal. And I like to use videos like this next one that combines...
Hey ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Atwood welcoming you to week 7. Minus 10 pounds of hair at least. But there's a couple of things going on. So first, let's talk about something not entirely science related. A little tradition I have. So this is my wallet, and on the front is a sticker, and every time I vote I make sure to put a new sticker on my wallet. Kind of reminds me that voting is important, and every time I pull out my wallet I see the sticker, right? And that's the old one from, I think, the last state representative cycle, and then there's one below the newest sticker for the governor's election a couple of years ago before that. So it wears off, which gives me a good opportunity to get a new one. Remind me to vote again. So this week, Tuesday, it's presidential primary. I want to remind you to vote. If you are, of course, old enough to vote, you should definitely be registered to vote. It's a science class, but science is in our country a political issue. You can have your own opinion about that. I, of course, have mine. But what's important is for you to have an opinion about that and about who you want to vote for, and whether or not you're old enough to vote, you can still be informed. And that's really important for you to be informed and educate yourself. In science we talk about being skeptical, right? Someone's going to tell you something and you're like, well, does that make sense? Do I agree with that? Do I need to change my thinking, right? And the only way we can figure that out is by thinking critically and being a little bit skeptical, which is not so bad, as long as you take the responsibility to learn more so you have a better, formed opinion, right? So vote, educate yourself.
So I know that these strategies have been effective because of the feedback I'm receiving from my students, and it's great to have the good stuff like, oh yeah, awesome feedback, which is another really important element besides making my instruction and my course is more personal, but it's really the constructive stuff like this one giving me tips on how to do better. So in an effort to seek more feedback from my students, I made a Google form, like a survey for students to fill out once they complete the course, well, all my courses really. And only 24 filled it out and the end of the semester has already happened. So I like to think of a more effective way or motivator for students to complete it, but the feedback has been very helpful. A couple of things to work on, mostly technical schools or class stuff, but lots of good positives, which make me feel good too. And so I kind of went full circle when I was at the job fair here at NMU, because it's really where it started last time. And so through my journey of being an iEducator, I've found a way to balance online working with home life and finding a way to bridge the large distance gap between me and my students.